Welcome to SmackDown Live in Rockford, Illinois, where the Tribal Chief, the man who once again can go by the moniker of Tribal Chief, for defeating Solo at SummerSlam for the Uda following one hell of a tribal combat and matchup. And tonight is kicking off SmackDown. And while we've got to imagine that Roman Reigns has a lot to say after what happened at the end of his matchup with Solo, because Roman beat Solo, then The Rock came down to the ring, and Roman thought it was The Rock coming out to acknowledge him. Everyone thought The Rock was finally going to acknowledge Roman Reigns as once again as a Tribal Chief, but then The Rock planted Reigns with a rock bottom. And what tonight you can see by the look on Roman Reigns' face is all about business as usual. Reigns has been champion since WrestleMania. It's been a long time since we've seen Reigns with gold around his waist, but right now Roman Reigns is more focused on personal matters than gold at the moment. And those personal matters are dealing with his family. Solo Sikoa, who paraded himself as the Tribal Chief after betraying Reigns and the rest of the bloodline. And Reigns has finally overcame that hurdle. The question is, how is he going to deal with the final boss? How is he going to deal with The Rock, the man who, like I said at the end of SummerSlam, walked down to the ring, looked Reigns in the eyes, and dropped him with a rock bottom after one hell of a match? Well, we knew The Rock was orchestrating the whole thing to begin with Solo Sikoa. He's the man that portrayed Solo as a new Tribal Chief, made Solo turn his back on Reigns because he believed Reigns, well, wasn't worthy of being Tribal Chief anymore. And well, that led up to Roman Reigns losing the title at WrestleMania, being all by himself, no longer the Tribal Chief, after losing in a Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood to Solo. He walked into WrestleMania, no wise man, no tribe, no Uda Fowler, and lost everything. And when he came back, he got his revenge. He beat Solo for the tribal, when the tribal combat match will once again be called the Tribal Chief. No Uda Fowler around his neck here tonight, but he is the man who can wear the Uda Fowler. But Reigns tonight is all about business. Let's hear what Reigns has to say. You know, everyone, when I beat Solo, just like you, when I took back the Uda Fowler, when I took back what was rightfully mine, I thought this was all done with the bloodline. I thought the bloodline was finally whole again. I thought I earned my family's respect back in it, but instead of a handshake, instead of respect, I got dropped by The Rock, the most selfish man in the world. But let's get one thing straight. That wasn't just The Rock hitting Roman Reigns. That was Dwayne Johnson, the movie star, the corporate icon, showing the world that he doesn't care about family. He only cares about power. And the Uda Fowler, well, this isn't a movie prop, Oos. This means leadership. This means blood. This means sacrifice. I bled for this. I fought for this. I lost brothers for this. And you walked in here for 5 minutes and tried to take it like it's like another role you can play. You call yourself the final boss. Nah. You're just another challenger. You're family, but right now, you're my enemy. So here's what I want, Dwayne. You want to hit me with a rock bottom, cool. But you better have the guts to look me in the eye when you do it again. And I'm right here, Oos. No cameras, no Hollywood lights, just you and me, bloodline or not, come face to face with the Tribal Chief, because I'm not bowing down to you anymore. And what Roman Reigns just, what those were fighting words from Reigns, and who the hell is this? Who? I'm being told that it's Taratonga, a man you made by the name of Akulu. I made his name over in Japan, is now beaten down. Roman Reigns in the middle of the ring from, where the hell did he even come from? Reigns was just addressing The Rock, said that he wasn't backing down, and it was right here for The Rock, and whoa, a member of the MFT is just assaulting the Tribal Chief and sends Reigns to the outside of the ring here. Whoa. Where's security? Where's anyone to stop this from happening right now? Because Taratonga is just having his way with Reigns here. Jumping the Tribal Chief from behind. A message from The Rock, I'm guessing this is. And maybe even Solo. who we know leads the MFTs. This is a part of Solo's bloodline. And Talatonga now, what's he doing? Just throwing Reigns head first like a lawn dart. And this man, when nearly 7 foot tall, is tearing apart the tribal chief like it's nothing right now. Well, Reigns has not had an answer for anything, but Reigns is trying to fight out here. As Talatonga is looking to utilise the steel steps, and Reigns trying to fight back with some huge shots. What does Reigns have? Here, but it's caught, knee to the midsection. And a huge headbutt. As Reigns now in a bad way. As Reigns is trying to fight back, caught low by Talatonga. Talatonga now grabs him by the throat. With a emphatic choke someone to the concrete. Someone get security out here. This madman's come unglued. I mean, what a way to make your entrance, I guess you could say. Because Talatonga is putting the tribal chief through the announce table. And what a way to sort of SmackDown, and I guess a message sent from The Rock. And well, after that chaotic start here on SmackDown, we're turning our attention to our first matchup of the night where Mr. Money in the Bank Bron Breaker is in action. The man who won this Money in the Bank briefcase back at WrestleMania is waiting for his moment to cash in on either John Cena or Cody Rhodes, the two champions. As John Cena, World Heavyweight Champion of Money in that Raw, and Cody Rhodes, the undisputed WWE Champion here on SmackDown. And well, this man could one day, very soon, call himself a World Champion if he cashes in at the right moment. Well, Bron Breaker tonight is in action to start the show off, and well, we've heard some wise words from Roman Reigns up until Talatonga made his debut, beating up Roman Reigns to say the least, just brutalising him, putting him through the announcement that Reigns which had been rebuilt. We also just saw Tony D talking backstage in the Aldis with no stacks with him in the backstage area, as you saw moments ago. We can have an update of that as things go along, I imagine. But let's see if Bron Breaker's taking on here in the opening battle of SmackDown. There's going to be one half of Fraxium, and that is Nathan Fraser, a man trained by Seth frickin' Rollins. He's going to be a man taking on Bron Breaker, a man that can match Bron Breaker for speed and agility, but the power game is well and truly in the favour of Bron Breaker here, and Nathan Fraser is looking to make a big statement with a showcase of what he can do here against Bron Breaker. Mr. Money in the Bank, if he can put up a showcase against him, maybe he'll earn Fraxium a tag team title opportunity, or maybe a singles opportunity for himself at some point here on the blue brand. Or Nathan Fraser and Axiom, we've seen them two in tag team action recently. They impressed and we did see them. And tonight Nathan Fraser, not joined by Axiom at ringside, wants to do this one by himself. As you can see, taking on Mr. Money in the Bank. Well, this one promises to be a great match at two products of NXT. Bron Breaker versus Nathan Fraser to kick off SmackDown in the first matchup of the night. And this one promises to be a great matchup. Well, Bron Breaker does not seem too phased, and Bron Breaker is all about business. And man, this is immediate and evil, taking on Nathan Fraser, man that never slows down. Here's tonight, well, Bron Breaker asking Nathan Fraser to bring in. Nathan Fraser is going to do so, and there's the speed of Nathan Fraser, dropping Bron Breaker with a huge forearm shot there. Let's start this matchup off with, and Nathan Fraser now with an elbow through the heart there, Bron Breaker. A quick side for Nathan Fraser. This is what he needed to do. Shooting star press, but there's a knees up by Breaker, who gave Nathan Fraser the first shot, and now Bron Breaker looking to just straight jacket German suplex, going both the arms there, no give on that German suplex there from Bron Breaker, no opportunity for Nathan Fraser until the very last second there to basically get his arms out and break the fall for himself. The double unhook, powerbomb there from Bron Breaker, just using the power game to gain control of this match. But Nathan Fraser off the ropes, so Nathan Fraser, impressive agility there, and a kick to the midsection, rocking Breaker, and a boot there to the side of the head. And Fraser now standing on the assault here, looking for a shining wizard to Breaker. Middle of the ring into the barrage of those kicks. And may have rocked Bron Breaker to his core. But Breaker kicks out there. It'll take much more than that to put away Mr. Money in the Bank. Who is Bron Breaker, as we know, is Bron Breaker now. Again, the over for the heart, and Breaker into another pinfall here by Nathan Fraser. This is smart from Fraser. He maybe knows that these aren't enough to get the job done, but he's making Bron Breaker exert energy, and there's also getting in the head of Bron Breaker, who's had the worst start of this matchup. And people that expected probably going into this one as Nathan Fraser now caught with a huge back elbow there by Breaker, who cashed him over, just throwing his whole body weight at the throat and the jaw there with that forearm. As Nathan Fraser now again double unhook there, Bron Breaker this time drops him down, goes into a cover. And Fraser's forced to kick out of this one. He's breaking out with a huge boot there right across the forehead. And here comes the power game of Bron Breaker again, just with a kind of gator roll here, just showing the muscle, showing the dominance he has in this match. If we can get more words, that'd be great. As Fraser back to his feet, Bron Breaker caught though this time, and Fraser enziguri. Well, Fraser and Breaker to get back to his feet. Sling blade there by Nathan Fraser. And Fraser now moonsault, reverse DDT. Well, Nathan Fraser going to the top, looking to put this one away here. This could be a quick start here on SmackDown. Nathan Fraser with a swanton bomb to Bron Breaker. Is that enough? But Breaker kicks out at 2.5 there. A little bit of Jeff Hardy being brought in there by Nathan Fraser, the charismatic enigma being channeled there by Nathan Fraser, but wasn't enough to get the job done there as Breaker. Well, these two exchanging shots in the middle of it. Huge snap there by Nathan Fraser. He's bringing out the best. Well, I see Bron Breaker's bringing out the best of Nathan Fraser here tonight. Nathan Fraser is impressing in this opening battle here and breaking these two men. Just exchanging huge shots in the middle of the ring, just slapping the taste out of each other's mouths here. And Nathan Fraser answers back there with one. And Bron Breaker will ask for another. I think Nathan Fraser's more than willing to oblige. I'm not too sure how wise this is, going into the striking game of a man. Aside from Bron Breaker for Nathan Fraser. As Fraser now military press, hoisted up by, got busted there by Bron Breaker. Now a cover here on Nathan Fraser, who just gets the shoulders up there to keep the matchup alive. But Breaker grabs him by the throat here, looking to use the power again, just throwing him into the middle of the ring there. No caring award there from Bron Breaker, who was fired up in this one here tonight. Get a big victory for himself to continue his rise here in WWE. And Breaker now is looking to showcase the power and just launching Nathan Fraser across the ring there again. No caring award there for the body of Nathan Fraser. It's Bron Breaker now. What's he thinking next there? Breaker, top rope, but that's the advantage for Nathan Fraser, who gets a kick there to the midsection, rocking Bron Breaker, doing the damage, winding Bron Breaker there. As Nathan Fraser now enziguri there. And Fraser now, Bron Breaker crawling into the corner here. It's not where you want to be if you're Bron Breaker in the ring with the man. That is Nathan Fraser. As Fraser here might be thinking about putting this one away here, channeling his inner Seth Rollins, creating distance, leaping to the top rope, looking for a superplex. Rolls through, impressive power here, and drops him down there with a final cut into the cover. But Breaker somehow kicks out there, and that was Nathan Fraser's best shot at winning this matchup. You got to imagine the opening for him came at the best time as Nathan Fraser again drops him down with the elbow for the heart there. And Fraser now might be thinking about some aerial offenses. Nathan Fraser with Bron Breaker down, thinking about what to do next there. And Nathan Fraser up and over the top, looking for an elbow drop, with Breaker out of the way. And Breaker now stalking his opponent here. Bron Breaker again with a power game, just launching Nathan Fraser across the ring. Big hard line in there for Nathan Fraser. And Bron Breaker is now going for the motions in this one, looking for a release German suplex. And Breaker may be calling for this one to be ending in moments. It's Nathan Fraser though, kicks him away. And Fraser now middle rope, putting Bron Breaker back to his feet here. It's Nathan Fraser looking to put this one away, maybe himself, looking for a big maneuver here for the middle rope. Nathan Fraser looking for a DDT, but Breaker out of the way. And Breaker chokehold stand there. Not enough distance for Bron Breaker to get the speed for the spear. So we decided to just go for the front, and there's a huge belly-to-belly suplex there. And Bron Breaker, who is now gaining control of this one again, just launching Nathan Frazer across the ring. And Breaker calling Nathan Frazer to his feet here. It's not where you want to be if you're in the ring with Bron Breaker, who could also use aerial offense to his favour. There's one breaking out to the top, looking for an avalanche. Breaking Steiner. And right into position here for Bron Breaker is Nathan Frazer with a spear. But Bron Breaker is not satisfied there. He's Breaker now looking to build up a head of steam, running at 23 miles an hour off these ropes. There, Breaker with an emphatic spear, almost cutting Nathan Frazer in half, and that's all she wrote here tonight. Thank you for coming, Nathan Frazer. You're impressed here tonight, but Bron Breaker stays in winning ways and proves why he is Mr. Money in the Bank. And by maybe very, very soon, though, calling himself a world champion, like I mentioned, on his way down to the ring, and cash in any moment on a world champion. It could be after a match, during a match, before a match, even backstage, I guess you could say. Anytime, any place, when Breaker can do so, as long as the referee's there to do so, he can make himself a world champion. Well, Nathan Frazer tonight looked impressive in this singles match, showing that he can do it as well in a singles opportunity as well as a tag team opportunity. Well, Bron Breaker gets a victory though, after that avalanche breaking Steiner into two emphatic spears. The first one out the corner, and as you can see, there's that moonsault into the elbow drop here to the swanton bomb here, putting a new move from his arsenal from Nathan Frazer. The catch from Bron Breaker, he might have expected a Phoenix splash, so Nathan Frazer switched it up, went for the swanton bomb, which almost got the job done. But here was after the military press got some, if I'm not mistaken. Well, not got some, got Buster that Nathan Frazer kicked out of. And right here, this was Nathan Frazer's best moment to get the job done. A punch to the face, rolls through, creates a distance, and leaps impressively to the top rope there, cat-like agility. When Nathan Frazer hits a superplex, rolls through into the final cut, middle of the ring. But Bron Breaker just had too much in the tank and got a shoulder there just about a 2.99. And this was the turning point in the matchup. A breaking Steiner from Bron Breaker off the top. And Nathan Frazer was right into the wrong position in the ring. Well, got met with a spear out the corner and right off the ropes there, running at 23 miles an hour was Bron Breaker, hitting the final spear, cutting Nathan Frazer in half of that one. Metaphorically, obviously. And Nathan Frazer loses here tonight, but it did impress in singles action. But Bron Breaker gets the victory and continues his rise here in WWE. Alright, well, first of all, I'm going to start here. Solo, get the MFCs down to ringside, get them ready for their tag team title matchup next. They're defending the tag team titles in our next matchup after the stunt you lot pulled early tonight, attacking Reigns from behind and putting in front of the announcer. Not even you lot run rush shot on SmackDown. Any more that kid of rocks on the body, the right to get rocks the king around here. You answer to me, and that's the final order for tonight. Next up, I want to talk to Drew McIntyre after the stunt you pulled a few weeks ago attacking LA Knight in the parking lot. LA Knight's not 100% cleared to compete, but guess what? He's asked for an unsanctioned street fight at No Mercy. So get your ass to No Mercy, and you're going to face your consequences from the megastar LA Knight. But back to more positive news here tonight. The Women's WWE Championship will be reinstated, and at No Mercy we're going to find out who are the two women that are going to fight for that title. And tonight we're going to have a main event that's going to be a triple threat match to determine one of the competitors fighting for the championship. So let's get into our next match. And Solo, you better have them look ready. And well, as we just heard from Nick Aldis, we have a tag team match on our hands for the tag team championships. And well, it seems like the Angelo family are going to get their tag team title shot, but the Don is here alone. No Stacks with him. And well, is Stacks going to turn up, or is this going to be a 2-on-1 handicap match for the tag team titles? Stacks has been complaining for months since WrestleMania when, well, the MFTs were Sutler's bloodline took the titles off Tony D and Stacks, cheating to win the matchup, and they should have get the tag team title match back. But The Rock has used his power on the board to stop them from doing so. But after tonight, it seems like Nick Aldis had enough after Roman Reigns got attacked by Talatonga, and it's given the Gentleman family their rematch for the tag team titles. But Stacks is not here, we know Tony D and Stacks have been arguing the past couple of weeks and months about this situation. And Stacks has been being told by Tony D'Angelo to be patient and wait for the moment. And he's been working on something. And whoa, tonight may have been that moment. And Tony D is seemingly going to do this one alone. As here come the tag team champions led by Solo Sikoa. No longer the tribal chief. But Tony D is going to have to do this one alone against Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. The tag team champions. Part of the MFTs. Led by the former tribal chief and Solo Sikoa. It seems in high spirits after losing to Roman Reigns. But Solo is still has his family to deal with and lead to glory that he believes he's doing. And Solo has got to be, well, maybe Solo's had something to do with Stacks not being here. Maybe Solo knew something like this would happen and had the MFTs take care of Stacks before the show, or maybe during the show. That's why Stacks isn't here. Or maybe Stacks just hasn't turned up. Maybe he didn't get notified about this moment. Maybe he didn't get a call. But we know Stacks and Tony D are usually close, so Tony D would have told him to come to SmackDown tonight. They usually travel together. I've got no idea what to say about this. It seems it's going to be a 2-on-1 handicap match. Luckily for Tony D, it's not going to be a tornado tag match, I'm being told. But the tag team championships are on the line for this one, as Tony D, well, looking around for Stacks, and Stacks is not here. It's a 2-on-1, and Tama Tonga starting this one off. And well, Tony D is just, well, calling for Stacks, and well, Stacks is not going to appear, it seems like, and Tony D, we know he's not going to back down from a fight anyway, and he's still going to start this one off here. Tama Tonga now with some huge shots here to Tony D'Angelo. And if Tony D does this one by himself here tonight, you've got to imagine that this is a well-deserved victory if he does manage to win back the tag team titles to the D'Angelo family. There's a headbutt there from Tama Tonga, or Tonga Loa, sorry, as Tama Tonga's at ringside watching on. Off the ropes there. Tonga Loa, huge hip toss there. Now looking to drop some repeated elbows to the chest of the Don. Who's here all by himself. Is Stacks going to make a run down at some point to help Tony D? Or Stacks not here? I'm being told that Stacks has not been seen here tonight. As I'm running power slam here from Tonga Loa here to Tony D. And the Don kicks out the right too. And Solo just staying composed at ringside. As well, this is all in the favour. There's a huge right hand there from Tony D'Angelo. Maybe it may have just knocked out Tonga Loa. But he kicks out there. And Tony D, these two, the two more strength and powerhouses of their tag team. There's a kendo six with an eye rake there. And a huge uppercut there from Tonga Loa. There's a leg drop there. Delivered there by the referee, Charles Robinson, sees Solo Sikoa trying to interfere in this one and stops it from taking place. There's a body slam there from Tonga Loa, who is just taking advantage of the situation. I mean, the MFTs, if they've had nothing to do with Stacks not being here, then Aldis can't do anything about it, because belly-to-belly suplex there by Tony D to gain control back of this matchup for himself. He's fighting an uphill battle here tonight in a 2-on-1 situation, technically a 3-on-1 situation with Solo at ringside. As he hooks the leg kick, exploder suplex there from the Don. But like I was saying, if the MFTs have had nothing to do with Stacks' disappearance, the spine buster there by Tony D into the cover, then Aldis can't complain. Then this is a fair situation. If the Stacks just didn't turn up in his own accord, as Solo Sikoa now distracting the Don, now when Tama Tonga starts to get back into this match with a German suplex there to the Don. It seems like Tama Tonga wants into this matchup. The more dangerous of the two, the unhinged Tama Tonga now into the matchup here, tag made. And Tama Tonga now, the man that likes to bot to himself, big bad body drop here. And away goes Tama Tonga already in this one. As the Don rolling to ringside, and Tama Tonga, well, a smile on his face, follows the Don to ringside here. Looking to utilise the ringside area to his advantage here, sending the Don crashing into the steel steps. So this one is a normal tag team match. There's no disqualification and ring count does favour the MFTs as the Don Driven face first over the barricade. As Charles Robinson, the man in this matchup, gets back into the middle of the ring. So we're on a count of 5 as the Don gets sent crashing into the midsection, well, midsection first into the barricade, into the ring now. Sent by Tama Tonga. He's just unhinged here tonight, as usual. And the Don, though, looking to get back into this matchup here as the Don hooks him, Northern Lights, into the bridge, doesn't follow through there as the Don usually tries to do so. The Don distracted again by Sutter's cut as Tama Tonga gets back to his feet as an uppercut there. Well, it seems Charles Robinson may have had enough of Solo. Maybe looking to eject him. And the Don, small package roll up, but Charles Robinson is distracted by Solo Sikoa. But now he sees the pinfall. And Tama Tonga kicks out. That may have been the tag team titles. It wasn't for Solo. Back in the hands of the D'Angelo family, who's, well, technically these fans now went up about a 2-on-1 situation. There was an irate there. And Tama Tonga now, what's he thinking next there? With just a jumping cutter there into the cover. And the Don shows his heart, kicks out again there. Well, this one now more of a fair fight for the Don. With Sutter being kicked out of this one. As the Don now hooks him, picks him up, spinebuster one-handed into the cover. But there's Tonga Loa saving the matchup. And the Don now distracted by Tonga Loa, trying to take him out of the equation here. Lifts him up. Looking to drop him face first in the middle of the ring. But the Don turns around and caught a DDT. But the Don again kicks out. Are we seeing a miracle here tonight? Are we going to see the D'Angelo family somehow get the tag team titles back from the bloodline, or Solo's bloodline I should say, or the Rock's bloodline as well, the MFTs? As Tony D driven face first into the corner there, well, you see that unhinged look in the eyes of Tama Tonga is just smiling as he's doing this here. With a huge European uppercut in the corner. And just going at the fans. 8 out of the face wash there to the Don. As Tonga Loa brought back into this matchup here. Don's in a bad way here. Well, down on the mat here. Tony D now. Repeated kicks there from Tonga Loa. And a huge forearm strike across the face. As Tonga Loa now. Looking to put this one away with here. Looking to drop him with a Rikishi drop in the middle of the ring. Into the pinfall. On the Don here. Who somehow again kicks out. And the bloodline. The MFTs are looking a little bit shocked here. The Don is still in this one. It's a 2-on-1 affair. You'd imagine that this one was going to be in the favour of the MFTs as the Don showing his strength there. He's trying to fight back into this one. An uphill battle here it is. I've been saying that one throughout this whole matchup, but it's a super uphill battle at this point for the Don. 2-on-1 this deep into the matchup after all the punishment he's taken. Wanted to dish it out some himself here, but Tonga Loa getting back to his feet as a huge barrage. Should have tackled there from the Don. Drops into the mat there. And now looking to launch him again with an explosive suplex. The Don here going through the motions, trying to get into this one, trying to get this one done by himself. It's a huge shot there to the midsection, another one by the Don. He's working the body here, but Tonga Loa gets out the corner. Tonga Loa now another huge headbutt there. The MFT is now back in control of this one. Some repeated kicks here to the face of the Don here. But it seems that Tama Tonga is going to be called back into this matchup here. As these two are just having fun with the Don here tonight, sending a message to any of the tag teams of a jumping net breaker there. As our choke hold delivered here by Tama Tonga. I imagine that Tama Tonga somewhere backstage lurking. If he's not been escorted from the arena here tonight after what he did earlier tonight to Roman Reigns. The Don may have just been busted open. I'm not too sure if he was. The knee there to the back of the head. It's a Don now. Neck crank here delivered by Tama Tonga, who's just barking at the Don as he does so. Well, this one's looking bleak for the D'Angelo family. Well, Stacks has not turned up in this one at any point so far. I imagine this deep into the match that Stacks, if he turns up, The Don will be thankful to see him, but annoyed that he didn't turn up to begin with. The Don's just getting head driven repeatedly into the turnbuckle pads here. Tama Tonga now going to the other corner with the Don drives him face first again. And looking to drive him into the steel ring post steel ring that is underneath these turnbuckle pads. There's no give here for the Don, who's in a bad way now. And Tama Tonga now, European uppercut again there. Stays in the assault with some repeated boots across the face. The unhinged Tama Tonga. Face wash there, busting open the Don. And well, this one is looking bleak. There's a DDT again. Tama Tonga looking to tag in. Tonga lower here. So they look to put this one away, looking for the Tongan twist assisted into the cover on the Don. And the MFTs retain the tag team championships, but it wasn't a fair fight. 3-on-1 technically with Soto at ringside at one point. And Stacks, well, he's got a lot to answer for. And the referee did not see rope break then, just seeing that the Don's foot was underneath the ropes. Thankfully, the Don kicked out there. Well, Tony D tried his best here tonight by himself against the MFTs, but in the end, Solo, Tongaloa and Tama Tonga were too much for him, and he couldn't win back the tag team titles. Just here, the Don trying to get in this one. Northern Lights there, and right here, he had him in a pinfall for a 3 count. If it wasn't for Solo, the tag team titles would have been back in the hands of Tony D. It's caught him by the DDT, were distracted there momentarily by Tongaloa. It's almost cost him trying to take it to try to make it a 1-on-1 between these two in the ring. And well, who's going to take these titles off the MFTs? Because not only did he have The Rock, the board on their side, they've got Solis to come out ringside. They've now got Tama Tonga in one of their ranks. They've got Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga and Tongaloa. This is a force that looks unstoppable at this point. And we're seeing a different side here. You see the face paint brought out for these lot tonight. A darker side of the MFTs. Maybe brought out by Sudov. He got beaten by Roman Reigns. A more ruthless side of the MFTs now being shown. I mean, not like they weren't ruthless before, but the MFTs retain their tag team titles here tonight. Well, let's get into our main event. And when it's time for our main event here, it's going to be a triple threat match. Number 1 contendership for the WWE Women's Championship, which has been reinstated. Obviously, the former champion Tiffany Stratton had to relinquish the title. And then the Women's IC title was brought in to be the secondary championship to the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. But Nick Aldis believes there needs to be 2 Women's Championships once again in WWE. And also the IC title will stick around as Lara Valkyria, a woman who's impressed and has come up short quite a lot in big opportunities. She's challenged Rhea Ripley at the time for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship, came up short. She didn't win the Money in the Bank briefcase, which was won by Tiffany Stratton. And well, Lara Valkyria here tonight looking to get a big victory for herself and advance to No Mercy to try and become Women's World Heavyweight Champion. If she can do so, be a big moment for the Irish-born superstar. She's had great success down in NXT. It's impressive every time we've seen her. We're going to find the other 2 women she's going to be facing off here tonight in this triple threat match to try and become the number 1 contender, like I said, for the WWE Women's World Heavyweight Championship, which is vacant. We'll find out the superstar that one of these 3 women has to face at No Mercy. Who's it going to be? But the other 2 women tonight looking for a big opportunity. And next it's going to be Naomi out here, who's been on a little bit of a losing streak recently. Who's ever been going away, similar to Lara Valkyria. Has been great in matches, but has came up short when it came to getting the victories. And the crowd still love Naomi despite that. And well, Naomi here tonight, this is a big opportunity for her. Think about it, if all those losses that she's had in the past couple of matches she's had, they're going to be thrown to the back of the mind if she wins this one. She'll be the number 1 contender for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship, or WWE Women's World Championship. But there's still one more woman. They're going to find out who's in this one. And I see triple threat match doesn't favour any of these 3 women. one of you could be outside the ring, and that can cost you the title, well, the title opportunity, because you cannot be involved. Well, you don't have to be involved in the pinfall or submission that decides the outcome of this matchup, because all it needs is a one woman to take advantage of a situation that arises in this one. Maybe there will be a tag team we've not seen before. Maybe two women will join together and take down one of the other, and it will be a one-on-one match. And we've seen that before in triple threat matches, but tonight Naomi, with a crowd behind her, is looking to get herself a big opportunity to once again become a world champion in WWE, former SmackDown Women's Champion if I'm not mistaken, looking to win the Women's World WWE Championship. Well, let's see who the final woman is going to be here in a second. Naomi, like I said, a crowd behind her. Well, Lyra Valkyria thought she had the crowd behind her, but Naomi coming out here has got majority of the crowd behind herself here tonight now. After this entrance, the energy of Naomi always undeniable. But let's see who the final woman is going to be in this one. And it's going to be a former Women's World Champion in her own right, the irresistible force, Nia Jax, who the crowd don't like to see, but she does not care. All she's here to do is earn money and win championships. It's been a while since Nia Jax has been world champion, but tonight the irresistible force could be making herself the #1 contender if she can beat. We'll get through this triple threat match here tonight in our main event of SmackDown. And what night it's been, obviously we're going to see the MFTs retain against, well, Tony D by himself. Stacks didn't turn up, and I'm being told that Stacks has not been seen anywhere near the arena here tonight, and Stacks has been unreachable as well, as people have been trying to contact him to find out what's been happening. Tony D's been furious backstage after the match to try to find him. Let's get this triple threat match underway. Lyra Valkyria, Naomi, and also the irresistible force Nia Jax. Two women that have the experience, one woman who's looking to make a name for herself. And well, we're going this one, and Nia Jax and Lyra Valkyria going straight, both of these women going straight for Nia Jax are in this one. It's smart from both of these women to try to take out Nia Jax, but there's Naomi with a jawbreaker. That was a short, more-lived tag team between these two. Like I mentioned, you see tag teams and Nia Jax, they're destroying the power straight away in this one, with both women in the corner. Sending Lyra Valkyria crashing into Naomi there with a huge clothesline. There's Nia now in control of the match up there. That's a great start from Nia Jax. As Lyra back to her feet, they met with a huge shot to the midsection, but a huge chop didn't do anything as Nia Jax stays on her feet, and Nia Jax now with a huge boot there to the face. Nia now shot to the midsection, but the kicks there for Naomi here, caught by Nia Jax, and Nia now one-handed hoists her up with a huge spine buster there. And Lyra, that's for a huge shot there, but Nia Jax back in control of the match up here. This is great ring generalship by Nia Jax, showing her experience in this one, using a size and strength advantage to her advantage, well, to her as part of a tactic here tonight to stay in control of this one. Like I said, this one is a normal triple threat match. The weapons are legal. It's a huge clothesline. Rocks Naomi as a kendo stick thrown into the face, distracting Nia Jax there. The clothesline, no, didn't take her down as Nia went for a huge boot. Now with a huge kick, inadvertently catching the referee there. As Naomi here trying to get the crowd behind her at ringside. As Nia Jax now looking for the kendo stick, trying to use it, but Naomi stops her. As Naomi now afterwards looking for a drop kick, but Nia Jax out of the way, saw it coming, boot lift to the face of Lyra Valkyria. Catches the forearm there of Naomi here, and they're looking for an Alabama Summer here to Naomi. Onto the hardest part of the ring there. So the closest you get, the crossbody takes down Nia Jax. The closer you get to the ropes in a ring apron, the harder the ring gets, is less give. Once again, the experience of Nia Jax. The headbutt there drops Lyra Valkyria. Naomi here fighting back to a vertical base here. Naomi looking for a huge forearm, but couldn't get it this time. There's a huge shot there. Drops it to the mat. As Nia getting back to her feet. Nia getting Naomi back to her feet here with impressive strength, military press here. Hoists her above her head. Walks around the ring with her as well. This is dominance from Nia Jax as Lyra Valkyria misses the huge shot there. And Naomi back to her feet, though, surprisingly. And Naomi now pushed away. Clothesline there to Naomi, almost decapitating her with that one. And a boot there, sending Lyra Valkyria back into the corner where Nia Jax clearly wants it to be. Sorry now, Irish whip into the corner here. What's Nia Jax thinking next there? As Nia Jax now looking for a Beal throw across the ring to Lyra Valkyria, showcasing her dominance in this one and the strength advantage she has. She's now hoisted Lyra Valkyria here on the shoulders and drops it down. Hooks the leg into the pin for Naomi's out the ring, into the cover. But Lyra Valkyria kicks out a boot there to the face of Naomi here. That's Naomi now looking for the kendo stick, turn around there. As Lyra Valkyria now going to the top rope, or going actually to ringside, I should say. As Naomi catches them with a huge Shadow Wizard Insiguri type a kick there. Putting everything behind that one. They're looking to work on the arm here. There's another kendo stick brought into the ring hit by Lyra Valkyria. So weapons are legal in a triple threat match. As Lyra Valkyria met with huge kicks by Naomi. The experience of Naomi there. No one's home for that one though. And Naomi taking it out from behind. As Lyra the crossbody takes on Nia Jax. That was an impressive counter there for Lyra Valkyria with those kicks. Dodging that huge roundhouse kick. And Naomi clearly what usually looks for. Usually connects with. As Lyra now springboard. Looking for a leg drop and gets it. She hooks the leg into the pinfall. But Nia Jax is not today. And breaks up before the count could even begin. And saves the matchup for herself. To hoist up into a powerbomb position, drops it down there. And Nia Jax is dropping Naomi in the middle of the ring and drops a leg drop. Is that it? Nia Jax puts it into the pinfall and Naomi hit. Lyra Valkyria's on the outside of the ring, but Naomi kicks out. To keep herself in the equation here tonight as Nia Jax now sending the attack kit off Lyra Valkyria, sending her crashing into the barricade there. Keeping her down and out, trying to work on Naomi here in this one. These two have history, a lot of history at that, I guess you could say. As Lyra getting back to her feet as Naomi here, caught in a submission hold by Nia Jax as a backbreaker. And as launches across the ring, the no care in the walls with a ripcord. Will throw there as Nia Jax. Shot there to the face, rocks Lyra. Hoisted up though, looking for Nightwing. But Nia Jax says, nah, not today. And a headbutt for good measure, busting open Lyra Valkyria. And Nia, with a headbutt there to Naomi. As both of these women are just at the mercy of Nia Jax in this one. This has been a great showcase from Nia Jax. And now Nia Jax looking at the submission hold, looking for the same maneuver. Hit to Lyra as she just did. Her take her out to Naomi and launches her across the arena. But Naomi here, jawbreaker there to Nia Jax. And keeping the down there on the mat. As Lyra here on the ropes, but Nia Jax with an Insiguri, impressive there for Nia Jax. And a Hurricane Runner that takes her down there. But Lyra Valkyria, after advising you back your head in a triple threat match. And unfortunately for Nia Jax, she didn't do so. They're getting caught from behind. The kendo stick shot. As Lyra believes that's enough to put this one away, but Nia Jax back into the ring there, stops it from happening. And Lyra met with another huge headbutt there for Nia Jax. Well, Nia Jax, well, I should say Lyra Valkyria's headbutt will be ringing after this one. 100% after the amount of headbutt she's taken in this matchup so far. And Nia Jax is again using both women as weapons in the middle of the ring there. As she has them both laid out, but like Lyra Valkyria getting back to her feet, sweeps the leg there. Kick to the midsection. But Nia Jax fights out of this one here. Whether she was thinking might have been thinking the gut wrench maneuver, but Nia Jax caught by both of them. A huge shot there, takes her down. As Naomi now catches Lyra looking to roll her up here and steal it there. But Naomi, still in control of this matchup. Well, I should say that Nia Jax was still in this matchup at that point. Managed to save it for herself. And Naomi looking for another weapon. As Nia Jax as well. Caught her in the process, has driven it into the steel steps. Well, Nia Jax does not need weapons as a weapon in herself. But now she has a kendo stick in hand on Lyra Valkyria. Now taking out frustration, I guess you could say, on the young up-and-comer in this one. That's Nia now. A crab to burner, but she does not care, just launches it into the face. As they were back in the ring though with a steel chair in hand, and fortunately for Nia Jax, she saw that coming because that could have been all she wrote if Naomi connected with that steel chair shot she was looking for. But Lyra Valkyria showing her guts, getting back in this one. Hoists her up out of nowhere, looking for Nightwing onto the chair. To Nia Jax to advance to no mercy. But Nia kicks out there at 2.5 to keep this one alive for herself. As well, Lyra now with a kendo stick in hand, looking to rain down some shots here on Naomi, but caught. Impressive for Naomi, who's looking to steal it again. But Nia Jax back into the ring and saves the matchup for herself. As they're missing sent over the ring, out the ring to ringside area. As Nia Jax in control. Pop up, looking for a slow and drop, middle of the ring. As Naomi back in the ring though, leg drop to Lyra Valkyria. And now Nia Jax, well, managed to avoid whatever Naomi was looking for there. But Lara Valkyria's in a bad way here. As Naomi once again sent, I think Nia Jax was looking to, pin Lara Valkyria until that Samoan drop, but she walked to ringside, keeping the match of her life for herself. And Nia Jax started the crowd to cry about it here tonight. Well, Nia waiting for either woman to get back into the ring, but both of them get back to her feet at the same time as Naomi back in the ring first. It was wise for Lara Valkyria, but caught into a pinfall. And Lara Valkyria saves the match up for herself, and Lara now with some huge shots here. Impressive combination shots and huge kicks. And Lara now takes it down low. As Lara Valkyria here going to the top rope. Lara to the top rope, looking for a huge frog splash. And looking for the cut. I don't think she saw Nia Jax down a corner of a rider, waiting for the moment to stop it from happening. As Nia Jax now looking to put this one away herself here. As Naomi's out cold after that frog splash, looking for the spine buster. Powerbomb variation there, but Naomi saves the match up. I think that would have been all she wrote if it wasn't for Naomi getting back in the match up. As Naomi now back breaking it for Nia Jax. And stomping it to the back of the head. As Nia getting back to her feet with Naomi here. And a headbutt there busted up for Naomi as well. And we're going to say Nia Jax, you may not like her, but she's looked impressive in this matchup so far. She goes on to win it, she will more than deserve to do so. As Nia now we're running hip attack to Naomi here. And we've been salting the wounds. Hit to Naomi, looking to embarrass her with that one. As Nia, a chair shot to the back of the head. Rocks her, forces the roll to ring, so Naomi back to her feet, looking for a springboard dropkick maybe. But Nia Jax, well I should say, Lara Valkyria caught Naomi here. Well, Nia Jax. Washington and Nia Jax to the top rope. Lara Valkyria can to stop her, but caught. A diving axe handle there. And now Naomi here at ringside. Both of these were busted open, courtesy the headbutts from Nia Jax in this one. And Nia now driving Lara Valkyria face first into the corner as that cut is opened up even worse here. And a huge decapitating clothesline. But Naomi back into the ring. And Naomi now springboard looking for a disaster kick of her own there. And a headbutt there drops her again. As Nia Jax has both these women out in the middle of the ring here. This is dominance from Nia Jax. As Naomi getting back to her feet, they're stopping whatever she was thinking to do there, Nia Jax. Due to that, as Nia just drops the face first into the middle of the ring, as Lara now pushed away by Nia Jax, who now drops the leg there to Lara Valkyria. That could be all she wrote. This could be done after that right there. Look at the bruises, look at the cut. But Lara shows hot and kicks out somehow again there. And well, Nia Jax, shot that wasn't enough as Naomi tried to get the crowd behind her. As Nia now looking for an Alabama Summer here too. Lara Valkyria gets all of it as Nia Jax takes out Naomi there before she could use the steel chair, and had to do so because that could have been all she wrote. She managed to get that steel chair assault underway. As Nia now, what's she thinking here? Nia Jax, her bad intentions for Naomi here on the top rope. Nia Jax looking for an avalanche smother and drop to advance to No Mercy. But Naomi somehow kicks out. Nia Jax is getting frustrated in this one as Nia now caught by Lara Valkyria, but nothing happened there between those two. A huge shot there to the back of the head. Rocks and Nia Jax with a huge shot there to the back of Naomi as well. So Lara Valkyria trying to get back to her feet. Caught with a spinning back fist though. Well, Lara Valkyria is in a bad way. All three women have almost won this match at one point or another. As Nia Jax now drives Lara Valkyria face first into the steel or underneath the turnbuckle pad. And when Nia Jax looking to maybe make sure that Naomi does not get involved in the final moments of this matchup here, looking to send her into the barricade and does so. As Nia Jax now looking to put this one, we're looking for the Annihilator here to bust it open and defeated Lara Valkyria. Disconnects, it's all over. Nia Jax on the top rope looking for the Annihilator and connects into the cover. But Naomi was just too late to save it. That was a close moment there. And well, that one will have to be replayed backstage just in case. Naomi did break it up in time, but I don't think she did. I think the referee's hand did strike the 3 count before Naomi connected with that kick. You can see the blood of both women being poured in this one. And that's, I should say both women, I should say Nia Jax busted up and both women were headbutts and whoa. Went after those wounds throughout the whole matchup. Well, Nia Jax clearly came into this matchup with a game plan and, well, used it to perfection, I guess you could say. As Nia Jax is now advancing to No Mercy. This moment was almost at the end. I'm not sure how Nia Jax kicked out here. Nightwing onto the steel chair. And Nia Jax somehow got the shoulders up at 2.5 there. She also kicked out of a second one, I believe, in this matchup at 2.99. As right here, Nia Jax was looking for the pinfall after the Samoan drop, but Naomi getting back into the ring stopped everything, and that could have been the closing moments of this match if it wasn't for Naomi here. There's another leg drop here. I thought this was it. Somehow Lara Valkyria, with everything she had left in herself in this one, kicked out just about there. And Naomi there was set into the barricade just enough there to take her out of the equation of this matchup here, just for a split second longer than Naomi would have wanted, because she could have broken the pinfall. She was back in the ring a split second faster. As you see right here, the Annihilator kicked in, and right here, Nia Jax would have been panicking, but right there the kick was a second too late, and Naomi has to watch as Nia Jax advances to No Mercy to maybe once again become a Women's World Champion in WWE as we end SmackDown with Nia Jax on top. Will there be the same outcome? No, and No Mercy, we'll find out soon.